Hey guys, I'm back. Okay. Who's that? Let me watch my mouth before I get reported again. Okay, so listen, some of these pictures are too graphic, so I'm going to have to slow it down, but we still getting into this lawsuit, okay? But some of these pictures are just a little bit too much. When y'all talk about like what happened, that's what happened. But anyway, they did. They did. Who said that? Blurred Line said, I'm sure they shut her down. Yes, I shouldn't have been posting the redacted pictures, but baby, I'm back. I'm back, and maybe we're gonna do a PG-13. Okay, let me bring everybody up to speed about what's going on. We have the lawsuit, that little Rod. This is part 2 of the lawsuit. When we last did, little Rob recounted what happened in Chalice Studios. Then after that, it was what it was. Let's just get through this. Listen, listen, listen. Listen, her last cut live and it still no, you don't understand. I got hit with for the last live. I got hit with somebody was complaining that it's like outside of YouTube community guidelines to show some of the stuff I showed. So I'm going to keep it private and just like cut out like the pictures and stuff. But that's why it's down. Yeah, basically I got hit with a strike or something or other. I'll sort it out later. But whoever is the MFer that reported me, you ain't seeing heaven. But good one, good one, good one. But baby, it's not stopping the show. So let's just keep getting into this because baby, we stand on business on this channel and we don't need to see the graphic stuff to know actually what's going on. Words are enough. Words are enough. So let's get back into this. Yeah, exactly. Back like y'all never met. Like y'all back like we never left. Let me put part 2 in the title just so y'all know it's not the same one. I hope everybody comes back. But if not, what you gonna do? Okay, so anyway, let me get through this live. Once I take out the offending stuff, I will repost, but yeah, copy or whatever strike it is, basically whatever it was, I shouldn't have been talking about it, doing it, doing this, doing that. Okay, so whoever reported me, you ain't seeing heaven, ruining the party. Okay, so let me just bring everybody up to speed. If you're new to the live, yeah, Diddy just got a new face. It is a new case. It is a male FO victim. It is not playing at all. This guy's not playing. He is going into details. He's talking about Young Miami's situation, being essayed. He's talking about being rugged. I'm speaking in code. He's talking about who it sounds like Meek Mills, Chris Brown is involved, head of Universal Records. Baby, this goes all the way down. Also, I read a little bit more forward. Let me just put part 2 right here. I read a little bit more forward in the whole thing. Maybe they even got You Should Let It Burn. This is by Tyrone A. Blackburn. There's only 2 lawyers representing everybody in Diddy's spear. One is Tyrone A. Blackburn. The other one is Douglas Wigmore. So you already know what it is, okay? Let me just put part 2. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. Everybody's up here. All right. Everybody back? No, it don't matter. We going with this anyway, okay? Thank you guys, everybody, for coming back. Okay. Getting back to what I said. I can't believe I got reported. This is a PG channel. How dare they? Okay. So anyway, let me just start from the time of the thing. Diddy, Justin, and Justin's friend, I believe it's his best friend, G, enter a bathroom in Chalice Studios that is in Hollywood. There's a heated argument. You hear bang, bang, right? Diddy and Justin leave the room. People leave the bathroom. The bathroom is right next to the studio. Diddy and Justin slide on out, right? Like they made men or something, okay? Then this is what's alleged in the complaint in the Southern District of New York, okay? So then everybody rushes into the bathroom and they just looking. Nobody knows what to do. Little Rod, who's the producer. If you guys don't know who Little Rod is, Rodney Jones, he is a child musical prodigy. He works heavy into gospel albums. He's worked with the Clark Sisters. He is deep in the gospel game. In August of 2022, Diddy invited him to come work on the Love album, and he did. And he said in the complaint, and I'm not paraphrasing, I'm paraphrasing, so began his dissension to hell. So began his dissension to hell. All right. Now, hold on, y'all. So he heard the boom, boom. He was sitting less than 2 feet away. It jolted him. He ran in, saw G on the floor. He saw G on the floor, bleeding out. Please don't let this get pulled down again. But you know I got to be dramatic. And I'm not even taking glee in this because this is actually really, really, really dark stuff. I'm really just keeping happy because this is scary. Anyway, right? They said, let me listen. So on or about September 12th, 2022, Diddy held, I'm just going to start over. Diddy held a writers and producers camp at Chalice Recording Studio in Los Angeles. Present at the camp were Mr. Combs, his son, Justin Combs, and Justin's friend named G. G was a 30-year-old, tall, black male. In addition to these individuals, there were other musicians present at the camp. The lawyer has spoken to several musicians who attended the camp. One evening during this camp, Diddy and Justin Combs and G were in a heated conversation. That conversation was moved out of the studio and into a restroom adjacent to where Little Rod was sitting. Little Rod was approximately 2 feet away from the bathroom when blank shots ran out, right? Mr. Little Rod recalls hearing multiple blank shots. Bang, bang. Mr. Jones immediately went into a state of shock and feared that he would be shot next. Mr. Jones genuinely believed that he would be shot through the door due to how close he was. After the pow-pow ended, a crowd gathered around the restroom. When the door finally opened, okay, so there was just 3 of them in the room, Diddy and Justin exited. G was lying on the restroom floor in a fetal position, holding his stomach and bleeding out of his leg hip area. Everyone stood around looking at G, frustrated by the lack of aid to G, okay? Little Rod dropped everything, ran to G, and immediately began placing pressure on G's blank shot wound to his stomach. As he was applying pressure to the stomach, Little Rod realized that G was gushing from another area near his hip and leg. He decided to lift G and place them to sit on the toilet. Little Rod asked the crowd, call an ambulance, call an ambulance. Little Rod lifted G and brought him to the ambulance at the studio's front. At this time, Diddy and Justin disappeared to another part of the studio. Diddy gave strict instructions to inform the police that he had nothing to do with the shooting. He forced Little Rod to lie to the police by telling them that G was shot standing outside the studio in a drive-by. Now, I said it right before it got cut off because I guess it was being too graphic and showing graphic evidence, right? That drive-by, does that not sound like what happened to Diddy? I mean, Diddy with Biggie. Does it not sound like what happened to Tupac? Now, it's long been rumored that Diddy was somehow involved, but does it not sound like that, right? Does it not sound like that? Now, there's more, right? He gave, now, how are we going to do this? How we going to stand on business, or we just going to like leave it? We going to stand on business. Hold on. Let me see if I can cut some stuff out. Okay, so Little Rod has several corroborating witnesses who spoke with the lawyer anonymously due to fear of retaliation from Diddy. They have agreed to speak publicly when subpoenaed. Little Rod still has the clothing that he wore that day and believes it may still have the stains and the DNA of G's blood. The following are screenshots of the aftermath of the restroom where G was shot by either Diddy or Justin Combs. Clearly, G was not blinked outside of the studio as Diddy instructed his team to report to law enforcement. Diddy and the defendants, LR, MR, UMG, and CRS, provided private security for the writers' camp at defendant CRS. The security was porous and lackluster at best. The fact that either Diddy or Justin Combs were allowed to enter Chalice Recording Studios, that's CRS, and those bang bangs were not confiscated by security is a clear breach of duty by Diddy, Love Records, Motown Records, Universal Music Group to protect to protect Little Rod and other attendees of the writers' camp. As a result of this bang bang, Little Rod is severely traumatized, and Little Rod now suffers from PTSD, severe anxiety, depression, and insomnia. I'm confused. If Little Rod was just asking Diddy to pay him, here we go. This isn't blood. This is ketchup, everybody. Everybody, look at the ketchup on the screen. Do y'all see the ketchup? This is ketchup, everybody. Do y'all see? This is in the actual complaint. Do you see? Hold on. Can I get closer? Hold on. Do you see the ketchup? This is the scene. Little Rod took video and photos of this. This is the scene. And Diddy told everybody to be quiet, to button down, to do whatever. Yo, I want to say thank you to House of Wild, LA Tarot and Spiritual Services. And also, thank you, the real Mrs. Carter. Good day, Mrs. Carter. Okay, let's get into this. Also, hold on. Listen, I do want to say that they are saying in this lawsuit that Diddy's male FO victim, Little Rod, has hundreds of hours of video footage because Diddy forced him to film him all the time. Now, in this complaint, there is a picture of Stevie J, not picture, screenshots, baby, zoomed in and then zoomed out, if you know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm saying, of Stevie J going to Pound Town on an unidentified white male while Diddy is filming. And Diddy allegedly, I think, made Little Rod film. We're getting into that. He is also saying that he was SA'd by Young Miami's cousin or assistant. It better not be who I think it is, right? He's also saying there's so much stuff, okay? Just to also let you guys know, in case you're new, let me just go through this list of, they said that Diddy required Little Rod to record him constantly. On several occasions, Diddy took Little Rod's cell phone and began recording himself. As a result, Little Rod has secured hundreds of hours of footage and audio recordings of Diddy, his staff, his guests engaging in serious illegal activity. Little Rod has secured irrefutable evidence of the acquisition, use, and distribution of X, coca, GHB, special ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms. Okay, the displaying and distribution of unregistered illegal blanks, boom, 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 booms. Diddy providing laced alcoholic beverages to minors, people that don't have 18 candles on their cake, and blank workers at his homes in California, New York, and the U.S. Virgin Islands and Florida. The lawyer, Tyrone A. Blackburn, spoke with several employees of the yacht rented by Diddy in the U.S. Virgin Islands who personally witnessed the defendant's assistant, right, KK, instruct her staff, Brendan Paul, Frankie Santella, and Moy Bon spike bottles of champagne with X. Y'all, ooh, his chief of staff, KK, instructing her staff to retrieve rugs, I'm speaking in code, don't want to get shut down again, so he can provide it to Diddy so she can provide it to Diddy for his consumption. Does this not sound like what Jonathan Oddie said what was going on when he talked about Cassie and Diddy's free costs? Listen, Christian Combs blank do I can't even say this, rugging and blank assaulting a woman. Christian. Diddy detailing how he planned to leverage his relationship with Bishop T.D. Jakes to soften the impact of his public image of Cassie Ventura's lawsuit. He even got T.D. Jakes involved, and they say they have this on tape. Young Miami's cousin or assistant blank assaulting Little Rod, actor Cuba Gooding Jr., blank harassing and assaulting Little Rod, rapper, a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj, I'm guessing that's Meek Mills, on Diddy's yacht, consorting with girls that don't have 18 candles on their cake, blank workers, and an R&B singer. He's a Grammy Award-winning R&B singer who had trouble with law enforcement after assaulting a Bayesian billionaire. I'm assuming that's Rihanna. Do y'all know any other Bayesian billionaires that dated R&B singers that got assaulted? He was in Diddy's LA home, consorting with minions that didn't have 18 candles on their cake and blank workers. Baby, it's not over. It's just not over. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm coming. Adrian Michelle, thank you so much for joining. And also, Miss Gemma Nye, thank you so much. You guys, it would really help me if y'all either hit the like button or you circulated and shared this. You know, I know we lost momentum when somebody hated and reported me and YouTube like struck because I don't know what they thought. I was just showing pictures of ketchup. I don't know what the problem is. Anyway, right? Here's the aftermath of the shooting. Clearly, G was not shot outside of the studio as Diddy instructed his team to report to law enforcement. Diddy, and this just happened last year, so it's still within the statute of limitations. This is Diddy that was literally saying that he is a victim of cancel culture. I said this in the last live. I am 100% certain that Diddy actually, I think Diddy wants to get caught. I do, like Jeffrey Dahmer and all. I think he wants to get caught because at this point, you realize all this mess, as it spans time span, a lot of it overlapped from when that Diddy was negotiating with Cassie. Y'all realize that, right? It overlaps from when he was negotiating with Cassie. But let's continue, shall we? Clearly, G was not shot outside of the studio as Diddy instructed. Diddy, okay, we got through that. Okay, bye-bye. Little Rod was blankly harassed and assaulted by Diddy. Throughout his time living with Diddy, Little Rod was the victim of constant, unsolicited, and unauthorized groping and touching of his booty by Diddy. Now, this reads like a graphic novel. Remember when Cat Williams said, Diddy is persistent and you got to tell him no. This lawyer, once again, is Tyrone A. Blackburn. I don't know if he is taking cases, but whoever has any problem with anybody, y'all better call Tyrone. I assume, again, like I said in my last live, he is a black man because his name is Tyrone, but I could be wrong. Times are a-changing and I shall change with the times too. Anyway, right? The events took place in LA, New York, Florida, and the United States Virgin Islands. In addition to the unsolicited and unauthorized touching, Little Rod was forced by Diddy to work in Diddy's bathroom as Diddy walked around naked and showered in a clear glass enclosure. As a heterosexual Christian man, if you guys don't know, Little Rod is a producer, super talented. He's a child prodigy, but baby, he is deep, and I mean deep in the Christian production music game. So maybe Diddy just got off on like deflowering of you know what I'm saying? You know, people whatever. Anyway, they said as a heterosexual Christian man, Little Rod was uncomfortable with Diddy's advances and expressed his discomfort to Diddy's chief of staff, Christina Coram, KK. KK responded to Little Rod's complaint with, Sean will be Sean. KK also attempted to downplay Diddy groping Little Rod's front and back private areas. as friendly horseplay, stating that those acts were Diddy's way of showing that he likes you. Ew, they were all on some creep mess. Could you imagine working for a billionaire and this could literally on his next album and this could make or break? And you go to human resources and you're like, yo, they are touching my front and back private parts. And they're just like, oh, that means that he likes you. Ew. And this is on a boat in the middle of the Virgin Islands. That's another thing. The US Virgin Islands. How can you get off the boat? I'm being serious. Do you got money to hire another boat to come? First of all, where's the location? Drop your Addy. But do you have money to hire another boat to go out into the middle of nowhere? I'm guessing no. Oh, it's not over. Okay. Despite these assurances on several occasions, when Diddy began, oh my God, despite these assurances on several occasions, Diddy began to undress and walk around his house in the nude. KK would say, okay, I'm leaving now. And she would disappear. Do you hear what's happening? So Diddy would just start getting undressed and KK would act like it was some date. That's his assistant. Okay, I'm leaving now and leave little Rod with this. Oh my God. What else? KK's hypocrisy is breathtaking at best and enabling at worst. Little Rod believes that KK aided and abetted Diddy's blank assault of him and was working with Diddy to groom him into accepting a homosexual relationship. Through these blankly deviant acts, one would say that Diddy has a pattern and practice of engaging in such nefarious activity. This ongoing context shows that Diddy cannot be rehabilitated. Diddy attempted to room Little Rod into engaging in gay blank. Diddy was aware that Diddy was in fact aware that Little Rod looked up to and idolized music producer Stephen Aaron Jordan. Stevie J. Stevie J is into the chat. Remember, I believe when Stevie J was all over the internet defending Diddy? Y'all remember that? I remember that. Stevie J is an American DJ, record producer, and television personality. Stevie J was part of the Bad Boy Records production team, The Hitmen. In 1997, Stevie J won a Grammy Award for his work on Puff Daddy's debut album. Throughout the late 1900s, Stevie J produced for several artists, including Mariah Carey, Tevin Campbell, The Notorious B.I.G., 112, Jodeci, Faith Evans, Jay-Z, and Eve. Stevie J was one of the producers on the Love album. Diddy used access to Stevie J and his knowledge of Little Rod's admiration of Stevie J to groom and entice Little Rod into engaging into homosexuality. Diddy went so far as to share a video of Stevie J blankety blank blank a Caucasian male without a sedum, without protection. Ooh. This was done to ease Little Rod's anxiety concerning homosexuality. According to Diddy, this is a normal practice in the music industry. Look, even Stevie J is doing it. Now, let me just say this. Let me see what I can show. I'm going to have to do some copy and some collective copy and pasting. Hold on. Going to have to do some, baby. These are screenshots. Baby, they do up close into where it is going in. Yo, this complaint is wild. I had to crop a lot out, but here is, they show screenshots of Stevie going to Pound Town on an unidentified Caucasian male. And he showed it to Little Rod. That is his thing, to entice him, to let him know baby, it's okay to be homo. Everybody is. Everybody in the industry is. And he showed a video of Stevie J going at it. And there are numerous screenshots in the complaint. Again, here is, I had to crop it a lot because y'all can't do that. And this is also him kissing and hugging and rubbing while there is Pound Town going on. If I was to uncrop this, my channel would for real be pulled down. I'm just saying. Stevie J, yo. Yes, exactly. So let us continue, shall we? Hold on. Let us continue. Anyway, he showed him these pictures of Stevie J. Does Stevie J know that Diddy is, first of all, for Diddy to have that video, Diddy would have had to be in the room recording, correct? And I have heard, this is just speculation on my part before we move on, because this gets worse. I have heard that one of the reasons Diddy keeps people in his pocket is he makes everybody engage in activity. He films it and then he holds it over you. That is the way. Again, this is pure speculation. I do have to say, I said it in my last video, but I have to say it now. Everything I'm saying is based upon information and belief based on these court filings. Little Rod filed today. This is hot off the presses in the United States Federal Court, Southern District of New York. He filed today. It's fresh off the presses. Okay. This is all alleged. It has neither been verified nor disproven in a court of law. Diddy at this time, I do not believe has responded. He has not responded back to me. I have not been in touch with Diddy. I will say that judging by the way Diddy did everything, he says that he is innocent. Everything people are accusing him of is not true. He will reclaim his pride, his dignity, his collective. Diddy will go through and reclaim everything that was taken from him. So again, as we go on, based upon information and belief, based off of court documents, past filings, internet, blogs, of course, what the streets are saying. All right. Hold on. One second. Okay. In any case, and he said to him, right, to make him feel more comfortable, that everybody was doing it. Ain't that some mess? Everybody's doing it. Again, they said the following are screenshots of Stevie J blankly penetrating a Caucasian male that Diddy provided to Little Rod. He promised, he did this to ensure. I skipped over something really important. Diddy told him that this is a normal practice in the music industry. Look, even Stevie J, the man you admire, Stevie J, the producer you want to be like, because Stevie J has talent, right? Even though but whatever, right? Look, even Stevie J is doing it. Diddy informed Little Rod that he had engaged in blank. Oh my God. Diddy told Little Rod that he had engaged in blank intercourse with rapper redacted and R&B singer redacted and Stevie J. Hold on, let me hit these footnotes up. Redacted footnote 5. The rapper is a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. An R&B singer. He performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. Little Rod is saying in his complaint that in order to make him feel more, Diddy did in order to make Little Rod feel more comfortable and busting it open for a player, right? Saying hop up on that and do a hand split. He's saying that he has engaged in a rapper who, from description, is Meek Mills, a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. That's Meek Mills. He's basically saying that he engaged in blank intercourse with Meek Mills and Usher and Stevie J. Diddy promised to make sure that Little Rod won Producer of the Year at the Grammys if he engaged in homoblinkuality. You know what I want to know? And I'll do this on my recap. If you guys want a 10-minute thing, I'll do a 10-minute recap when this is over. How the heck, if the music industry isn't fixed, if Diddy and Clive Davis didn't have that, if Ron Burkle, his billionaire sugar daddy, who threw Diddy a coming out party, his words, Diddy's words, not mine, how could he ensure Little Rod a Grammy if he busted it open for him? Now, hear me out. Only one or two things can be happening. One, Diddy is just saying what he needs to get into this Christian choir boy's pants, or the Grammys really are like that. And those people that bend over, didn't Cat Williams say that? Didn't he say that? Let's also not forget that Kevin Hart, and I'm not saying Kevin Hart like busted open for a player. I'm not saying that. But I do remember I showed a video, but of course I messed up the presentation because I had my logo over it. There was a video of when Kevin Hart was like, yo, why would you say that? Diddy's so stupid. And he was like, Kevin Hart's like, I'm not sitting on your bed. I'm not sitting on your bed. Everybody's just like, whatever. If you go to TikTok and see that video and you actually zoom in on what's on the bed, it looks like it is a toy made for things that only grown-ups should be doing. It looks like it's a grown-up toy that's usually hidden in people's, I don't know, just hidden, laying on the bed in a room full of men. Let's not forget that Diddy was known for having male-only sleepovers. It's just guys, blah, 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 blah. Y'all, listen. Anyway, Diddy promised to make Little Rod win as Producer of the Year at the Grammys if he busted open for him. They said the following are screenshots of the video of Stevie J blankly penetrate a Caucasian male that Diddy provide to Little Rod. Get this. The lawyer says that they are, and the writer, Little Rod, I guess, or the lawyer, is in possession of the video and will provide a copy to the court. Ooh. It's everything. Okay, anyway. Thanksgiving 2022, Little Rod was blankly assaulted by Young Miami's cousin. On Thursday, 2022, right? Mr. Jones was in Diddy's house located in Miami, Florida. Young Miami and her female cousins were also present. Diddy was intoxicated and offered "I'm in love with the cocoa" to Little Rod. Little Rod rejected him and proceeded to walk to the bathroom. While using the bathroom, Young Miami's cousin burst into the bathroom and began groping Little Rod. Little Rod believes that Diddy sent her in there to blank assault Little Rod. As she entered the bathroom, she dropped to her and began performing oral blank on Little Rod. Little Rod pushed her away and exited the bathroom. I know he was home talking to his mom, like, Mama, there's devils in this big city. And I know he's from Chi-Town, but y'all get what I am saying. Like, Diddy looks like he is literally like, what is it, that thing? What's that one show? It's like an old 70s show. Caligula? I don't know. Diddy is like performing, like, I don't know. This sounds like the orgy scene from Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves and all this other stuff. It's just wild. We're not done yet, right? Young Miami's cousin did not accept Little Rod's rejection, and she proceeded to follow Little Rod out the bathroom. She started taking her clothes off and attempted to straddle him. God, this is going to get me demonetized. Straddle him and have, oh my God, and have blank with him in the presence of Diddy and his staff. Once again, Little Rob pushed her off. The following are images from a video of Young Miami, her cousin, Diddy, and Little Rod. Oh, God. I can't believe this. They said this happened on Thanksgiving Day. I need to go back and look at Young Miami's Thanksgiving post. But there's pictures of all of them. This is what he is alleging. Again, this is what has been filed in the Southern District of New York let me crop some stuff out. I got to crop a lot of stuff out. Hold on. After I showed you guys catch up. Hold on. This is pictures of them. It's right before Diddy invited. So Little Rod and Diddy on Thanksgiving Day, right before Diddy invites Little Rod into a restroom and attempted, oh my God, he attempted to force him to use coca. Yo, listen, if even 1/10 of this can be believed, this is sick. This is sick. This is worse than even, well, I don't want to say worse because this isn't the oppression Olympics, but yo, what? Once again, so let me get this straight. Little Rod is contending that I'm going to have to break this into 10 separate videos, and I'll put them all up tonight. Little Rod is contending, okay? Oh my God, they said Young Miami deleted all of her old pics on her Instagram. Y'all, Young Miami deleted all of her old pics on her Instagram. Damn it. Do I have her Instagram? Does anybody have any archives of Little Young Miami's Instagram? I just got the notice that she deleted all her old pics. Now, let's get into this, right? So Little Rod is contending that Diddy was like, yo, take this. And he tried to force him to take Coca-Cola against his will. Little Rod was like, no. Then he went to go use the bathroom. Young Miami's cousin, according to him, bust in, dropped, right? Dropped and tried to oral, right? He pushed her away. Little Rob believes that Diddy sent her in there to kind of get him in the mood so Diddy could take advantage of him. Okay? Throughout, oh my gosh. Wow. Then the girl started undressing and attempted to climb on top of him and have blank with him while Diddy and his staff watched. Yo, what's going on in that record industry? If y'all have loved ones, cousins, sisters, brothers, I don't care, nieces, nephews involved in the record industry, what is going on with the record industry? This is wild. They said throughout his time with so now we're getting into blanketing and the Blank Protection Act. Throughout his time with Diddy, Little Rob was transported from California to New York to Florida and United States Virgin Islands. During his time, Little Rob was forced to solicit blank workers and perform blank acts to the pleasure of Diddy. On or about February 4th, 2023, Diddy forced Little Rod to bring prostitutes and blank workers back to his home in Miami, Florida. Again, the writer is in possession. The person that wrote this brief, I'm assuming it is the lawyer, is in possession of the all video and will provide copies to the court. There is a picture. Now, mind you, all of this on February 2nd, 2023, on a February 2nd, 2023 incident, Little Rob believes Diddy rugged him and got him inebriated against his will. Little Rob recalls waking up with no clothes on, dizzy and confused. He was in bed with 2 blank workers and Diddy. He also recalls aimlessly wandering around the house with no clothes on. Yo, Diddy, if even 1/10 of this is true, Diddy is a monster. Diddy is a monster. And the wild thing is, a lot of this was happening when you see the timeline while Diddy was negotiating with Cassie. Remember, I already said it's a long time ago. It was happening while he was negotiating with the mess Cassie did. Who would have thought that the mess he did to Cassie, and that was horrible. He never stopped. He never slowed down. He just kept expanding this army of evil and filth and violation and control and degradation and defiling people, men, women, people that don't got 18 candles on their cake. Baby, listen, Peter better not file a lawsuit against Diddy, because that's all we need to know, that it was men, women, dog, like literally cow, bat, people better not be like, I better not hear Peter. Because baby, I'm just waiting for somebody to be like, I heard a woof woof in the corner and a meow. I turned around to see Mr. Combs. That's all I'm waiting to see. Really quick, Foxy Life, thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. Farah, thank you so much for joining. We will still have members only Monday. It'll be a quick one, but we're going to have it. I was going to have it, but these papers came up out of nowhere. Carrie Johnson, thank you so much. You said, Tisa, we count on you to bring it and never disappoint. You are a blessing. Thank you so much for that generous gift, Carrie. And thank you for being a blessing to me. Trident Vibes, thank you so much for the gift. You said excellent background info, and I love the stories of the industry and love bumping all kinds of albums in the car as I live life, and this show rocks. Thank you so much, Trident Vibes. I know that's right. Given, what is this? Air sign, Taurus energy. What is it? Dr. J 1913. Mama, thank you for being a member. You've been rocking with me for the longest. Thank you for re-signing. Welcome back to the fam, Mama. I agree with you. Okay, so let's get into this, right? Listen, this is, oof. I see why somebody reported my channel. They must have known what was going on. You guys, there are pictures of blank workers in Little Rod's bed the morning after him being, what's the word? How can we say drugged? After him being rugged, we'll call it rugged, right? Y'all can figure it out. I better not see anybody in my comments. What's rug mean? Can somebody explain to me? RUGGED, rug. Can someone explain what rug means? I hate when y'all do that, because I know y'all be being smart. Anyway, let's keep going. Oh my God, baby, we are, oh my God. Oh my God. So he woke up on February 2nd, 2023 in bed, no clothes on, dizzy and confused, with Diddy and 2 blank workers. Has it not been said by many, many people that Diddy, even with Cassie's blank tape, Diddy uses women to lure men in that wouldn't automatically do it? Now, let me say this, right? Because this is what I think is the weirdest part of Diddy, if this can be believed, okay? Tyrone A. Blackburn, this lawyer, did the job between him and Douglas Wigmore, baby. I don't know. I will say one thing. Tyrone's stuff is more current. Diddy needs to be. I see why he hired Bobby Sternum and Sean Hawley. Baby, you are looking at, if this is true, fighting criminal charges, and you are well within the statute of limitations currently, because this happened. A lot of this happened while you were even negotiating with Cassie. I do want to say this, though. This lets me know the depravity and the evilness of hey, thank you, Dr. J. Thank you, member, for 29 months. Oh, that's right. You just renewed, but thank you, sweetie. Giving me my flowers. I appreciate it. I will say this about Diddy. One, I maintain 100% the more I read into this, baby. We got 5 more pages. It gets even darker. That Diddy wants, in my opinion, wants to be caught, because just like he could have settled with Cassie and he let this come out, I'm more than sure he could have settled with this brother right here and he let it come out. It makes me think that he wants to live out loud. It makes me think the monster wants everybody to know he's stretching. It makes me think that he wants to stop living in the shadows and literally be like, baby, it's FO Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's what this is really starting to honestly make me think. You know what I'm saying? And I do also want to say that, like, a lot of people will clown, the Cassies, the this, the that, the little rods that people experience it. I will say one thing, even from that video you see when he's like kissing Cassie and doing all this stuff. Yo, Diddy is a defiler. He likes to defile things. There are so many people that I think would willingly be down for this. Willing to be like, whatever, right? Dog, cat, man, woman, come on, bring it all. It's a party. There are people in this some wild, freaky mess. But it seems like he always preyed on people that wasn't really into him, wasn't really with it, didn't really want it. Do you know what I'm saying? He likes to defile things in the biblical sense. Like, what the heck? If he could snap his fingers, I feel like he'd bring back Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm being dead serious, because it seems like that what was happening in all of his stuff. Anyway, there's pictures of blank workers in Little Rod's bed the morning after he was rugged. On another occasion in Miami, Florida, on Thanksgiving night of 2022, this is all while Young Miami and them is there, Diddy asked Little Rod and DeForest Taylor to enter the studio bathroom. Who's DeForest Taylor? He asked them for $100 bill for what? Because he wanted them to do Coca-Cola with them. Little Rod was scared, but luckily he did. I thought Diddy was going to ask him for money or something to pay us out. I was like, that would have been my silly stuff, walking into the bathroom. Hey, TC, come here. And I'm like, what's going on, guys? Hey, do you have $100 bill? No, but I think I have like a 12. Like, literally, could you imagine that? They said, luckily, Little Rod was scared, but luckily he didn't have $100 bill. So Diddy waited a little later to do Coca-Cola with Young Miami. Later that evening, he required Little Rod to solicit blank workers from the booby trap on the river located at 3615 Northwest South River Drive, Miami, Florida, 33142. Little Rod did so, and Diddy forced him to engage in unsolicited blank acts with these workers. I will say something. Do you guys think that Diddy, to me, if this can be believed, and I'm sure Diddy maintains his innocent, nothing has been either independently proved as true or false. It will have to be proven in a court of law. Do y'all think that Diddy is has jinn energy, like JIN, like that demon, like jinn energy that you read about, where it seems like at first people are like, what is going on? But he has everybody around him gaslighting the people that he brings in. And little by little by little, before you turn around, you soliciting blank workers from the booby trap and doing all this stuff. He has real demon jinn energy. I'm being dead serious. I don't know. I don't know. And you can't say that everybody's down for this, because nobody is down to be defiled. Nobody, and these people are, and he wanted the people that are just like, no, I don't want this. And the fact that either people in the music industry are too scared to say something, or they're down with it, doing it, makes me think like, oh my God. They said as part of Blank Jones' blank worker, as part of Little Rod's blank worker recruitment tools, Diddy provided Blank Jones with an exclusive bad boy baseball cap and required him to wear it to the booby trap on the river as a signal to any blank worker he approached that Diddy was in town and has sent Mr. Jones to recruit them. Little Rod, Little Rod had no desire to visit the booby trap on the river. Little Rod had no desire to solicit blank workers from the booby trap on the river. Mr. Combs used his power and influence to intimidate and force Mr. Jones into soliciting blank workers from the booby trap. As detailed below, Mr. Combs used many tactics to maintain dominion and control of Mr. Jones. Now, I do want to say this, right? At this point, I see how he's just in Dante's Inferno. Because once you see someone, allegedly, according to him, shoot someone 2 feet away from you, and you see that you have to carry that person out to keep them from passing away, and you see that the LAPD, the DA, the powers that be, you do that and you get away scot-free. He didn't, his night wasn't even ruined. Justin and Diddy, according to him, just went on with their business. I guess it would do something to your mind, make you think that they're untouchable, make you think that you have no recourse, make you think that who you going to tell? Remember when Jay-Z said, who you going to tell? We're top of the totem pole. Seriously, what y'all do in that situation? This is horrifying. So anyway, there's pictures of 2 of the girls that he got. I'm going to do a reverse Google image search, see if I can't find them. Apparently, so when they went in town, instead of being like, yo, Diddy's in town because Diddy had a signal, he would force whoever he sent to get the blank workers, he would make them wear a bad boy cap to let all the blank workers in that place know, oh, Diddy's in town, and that he was scoping out for Diddy. Yo, you cannot tell me that Diddy just didn't have a ring and organization. They said apparently these workers were accustomed to servicing Diddy and would know that he was in town by the sight of the bad boy's baseball cap. The following Instagram profiles of 2 of the blank workers that Diddy required Little Rod to solicit and have blank with at his home in Miami, Florida. I would show these pictures, but I can't. Anyway, Little Rod had no desire to solicit and to have blank with the individuals in the previous paragraph. He basically turned him into a male Cassie. And what he did to Cassie was beyond disgusting. It was beyond vulgar. It was beyond everything. And you did it to this guy too. So 1 time it's disgusting. 2 times, baby, that's a pattern. And you did it in the same way. Started off slow. Everybody's doing it. Don't worry. Ba, 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 ba. Baby, that's a pattern. That is a pattern. Diddy used his power and influence to intimidate and force Little Rod into soliciting and sleeping with these women. Again, probably every time he did that, he woke up with Diddy and Diddy looked like his breath stink in the morning, just breathing, like literally singeing your eyelashes off your face. Anyway, they said the following is a phone number of another blank worker that Diddy required Little Rod to solicit and perform blank acts at his home in Miami, Florida. Oh, Little Rod they give the number. Little Rod had no desire to solicit or to have blank with the individual in the previous paragraphs. Diddy used his power, influence to intimidate and force Little Rod into soliciting and sleeping with all those individuals. Again, it was just like Cassie, right? He got into your head, made you almost like a slave, and then forced you to do F-offs against your will. Diddy used many tactics to maintain dominion and control of Little Rod. He promised him a Grammy for Producer of the Year for the Love album. How was that when that album didn't even sell 20,000? They've given that away free at Costco's. Anyway, even though I heard the album's good, but apparently people just don't like Diddy. But, we don't listen to albums of people that, please. If we stop listening to R. Kelly, we can stop listening to Diddy. He offered him $250,000 to purchase all the instruments he wanted. He promised him ownership of his $20 million property, Star Island in Miami, Florida. He promised access to record label executives like Lucian Charles Grange and Ethiopia Habter Mariam. Yo, Diddy just be talking. He promised that he could have his $20 million star. I know Diddy was flying like a kite to promise that. Diddy looks like exactly like he just promised you whatever to get you to spread like mustard. Diddy would often switch up his approach. He would go from promising Little Rod the world, right? Promising Little Rod the world, to threatening Little Rod with physical harm, just like he did Cassie. Diddy threatened to eat Little Rod's face and informed Little Rod that he was willing. Oh my God. Diddy threatened to eat Little Rod's face and informed Little Rod that he was willing to blank his mother, Janice Combs, if he must in order to get what he wants, so he wouldn't think twice about murking Little Rod. Let me repeat this. Diddy is a straight up monster. And again, before anybody rolls their eyes, you saw what happened at those Chalice recording studios. You saw what happened when he literally left somebody gushing out and he would have died. And Diddy his night wasn't even stopped. They didn't even question. There was an unnamed article blurring. TMZ didn't say anything. Oh, it might be gang related. We don't know. Doesn't that sound like what happened to Tupac and Biggie? Oh, no. It makes me think, is Diddy really the black, I can't say the epilator, Jeffrey Epilator? Is he really the black? You see what I'm saying? Because you can't tell me for Diddy to have this much power, control, confidence, and sheer craziness, just not fearing God, that he didn't have people in high places, especially legal, having his back. This confirms it. But let me just say what Diddy says. Diddy threatened to eat Little Rod's face and inform Little Rod that he was willing to murk his own mother, Janice Combs, if he needed. He said, I would murk my mom to get what I want. So I wouldn't think twice about murking you. Yo, Diddy and Justin Combs solicit rugged and engage in illicit blank acts with people that don't have 18 candles on their birthday cake and blank workers. And baby, there is pictures everywhere. Zooming in with an underage female, another underage blank worker, Justin Combs with Yo, I see why Misa Hilton was so mad at Diddy. Because we didn't know, but Diddy really was leading Justin to the road to hell in every which way. And y'all, all this was going on while he was allegedly negotiating with Cassie. Diddy's a danger if any of this is true. He needs to be off the street. But more importantly, let me just get to this. I can get on my soapbox later. Let's get to this thing because we got more pages. Wait, how many pages is in here? There's 40 pages to this. Wow. There's 40 pages in this. Okay, let's get through the alleged. We don't have to get to all 40 pages. Let's get through the alleged because we are almost through the set of facts and then the causes of action, like whatever, okay? Okay, let's get into this. On or about July 2nd, 2023 in California, Diddy had a listening party at his home. Present at this party was an R&B artist, redacted. Who is this? He's a Grammy-winning R&B singer who had trouble with law enforcement after assaulting a Bayesian billionaire. I'm guessing that's Chris Brown. There's an actual video of all this going down. Present at the party was an R&B artist believed to be Chris Brown, Justin Combs, blank workers, and some people that were minions. The event began at 7 p.m. Diddy requested female blank workers and required Little Rod to solicit them. An hour later, several blank workers appeared. In addition to the blank workers, there were at least 5 women in the crowd that were under the age of 16. Wow. Diddy forced all the women to drink De Leon tequila that was laced with something. Upon information and belief, Diddy laced the liquor with X. Diddy did not check the identification of any of the women at the party. The presence of these women made Little Rod very uncomfortable. He attempted to leave, and Diddy forced him to stay. Diddy went so far as to take Little Rod's car keys to prevent him from leaving. After being forced to drink laced De Leon shots, Little Rod began feeling lightheaded and recalls passing out and waking up 4 a.m. the following morning with no clothes on, with a blank worker sleeping next to him. Yo, Diddy also attempted to pass off Little Rod to Cuba Gooding Jr. Diddy believes that Little Rod was grooming him to pass him off to his friends. This fear became reality when Diddy introduced Little Rod to Cuba Gooding Jr. while they were on Diddy's shot. During the introduction, Diddy suggested that Cuba get to know Little Rod better. He left them alone in a makeshift studio on the yacht. There's pictures of Diddy and Cuba moments before Little Rod was assaulted. This is all in the complaint. As evidenced by a video on which screenshots were embedded below, Cuba Gooding Jr. began touching, roping, and fondling Little Rod, legs, upper thighs, near his nether regions, the small of his back, near his stuff, and his shoulders. Little Rod was extremely uncomfortable and proceeded to lean away from Cuba Gooding Jr. He rejected his advances, and Mr. Gooding Jr. did not stop until Little Rod forcibly pushed him away. The following screenshot of the encounter with Cuba Gooding Jr. There's a screenshot of Little Rod being like, yo, get off of me. Ew, look at this. Ew, they just look like, and Diddy, where'd these pictures come from? That means that Diddy was actually filming all this or taking pictures. Because look at the way, if I can get in, look at the way Cuba is looking at Little Rod. Look at the way he looking at him. Like he about to devour him. That was moments before he was like, yo, get off of me. Okay, let's keep on. Let's continue. Listen. Okay. The Love album. Throughout his time with Diddy, Little Rod was under an implied work for hire agreement. He was not compensated for his living time with Diddy for the songs he produced. Didn't Tiffany Red said Diddy does that all the time? As evidence, he was listed as producer for the following songs on Love album: Deliver Me, Stay, Part 1, Reaching, What's Love, Stay a While, Moments, Need Somebody, Homecoming, and Tough Love. Diddy and the defendants, Love Records, Motown Records, Universal Music Group, all benefited from Little Rod's work. They failed to compensate Little Rod for his work. As a result, Diddy and the defendants were all unjustly enriched to the expense of Mr. Little Rod. He intended to work with Diddy to secure his publishing and royalty rights for the work he completed on the album. Diddy only offered Little Rod $29,000 for 13 months, thousands of hours of work, and 9 songs that made it to the Love album. Ironically, Little Rod was willing to take $50,000, his publishing and royalties, and just call it even. Diddy, self-serving greed would not allow him to pay the additional $21,000. Diddy's deceptive business practices became so bad that Little Rod was left with no choice other than to make a public plea on social media for Diddy to pay him for his work. After publicly requesting that Diddy do the right thing and pay him fairly, Little Rod received an onslaught of threatening messages from Stevie J and Love Records A&R A&R artist and whatever development, DeForest Taylor. I'm looking at the messages. Is this DeForest line 2? You playing, right? He said, I'm in the studio. There's a voice note. He said, run into a ninja, come talk to me in public on the public broadcast. Anyway, he's threatening him. They said Diddy used his power and influence to threaten and intimidate Little Rod. According to Little Rod, Diddy was very forceful and demanding, just like Cat Williams said. Diddy does not take no for an answer and would often threaten to inflict bodily harm on Little Rod if Little Rod did not comply with his demands. As detailed above, Diddy threatened to eat Little Rod's face. On another occasion, while standing in Mr. Combs' bedroom, Little Rod was forced to watch as Diddy displayed his bang bangs and bragged about getting away with murking people. Diddy shared that he was responsible for the bang bang in the nightclub in New York City with rapper Shine. He shared that artist and Mr. Combs' girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, aka J-Lo, held the blank into the club for him and passed him the blank after he got into an altercation with another individual. Oh my God, even J-Lo's involved in this? Oh my God. The shooting in Chalice Recording Studios confirmed Diddy's statements. These statements reinforced Little Rod's fear of Diddy and strengthened Diddy's dominion and control of Little Rod. Little Rod was terrified of Diddy. He felt like he could not tell him no. Diddy constantly made it clear that he has immense power in the music industry and law enforcement. Diddy made it clear that his head of security, Fahim Muhammad, or as he called him, Mr. Muhammad, had the power to make people and problems disappear. Diddy instructs his staff to always contact Mr. Muhammad if they are ever pulled over by the police in Miami or California. There's a picture of Fahim. Upon information and belief, Mr. Muhammad spoke with the LAPD after G was shot at Chalice Recording Studios. The LAPD was in Chalice Recording Studios and witnessed the blood in the restroom, and they went with the bogus claim that the shooting of G occurred outside the studio. This is all thanks to Mr. Muhammad's connection with law enforcement. Little Rod had no reason to disbelieve Diddy, as he had seen firsthand through the shooting of G and the subsequent silence of the LAPD and the media that Diddy indeed had the power to harm him. The LAPD spent hours in Chalice Recording Studios after the shooting of G, yet there were no arrests. Little Rod witnessed the LAPD in the restroom pictured above, yet no arrests were made. The morning after the shooting, Little Rod and several others arrived at Chalice Recording Studio, and G's blood was still on the floor in the restroom, and Diddy hired a cleaning crew to come clean it up. Oh my God. Little Rod recalls seeing defendant. Oh my God. So the CEO of Universal Music Group, Lucian Charles Grange, that is Sophia Richie's father-in-law, I believe, right? Elliot Grange. Little Rod recalls seeing Lucian Charles Grange visiting Diddy's home in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California. According to Little Rod, whenever Lucian Grange visited Diddy at his homes, it would be in the evening, and he and Diddy would disappear for hours into Diddy's bedroom. Y'all, Diddy, according to Little Rod, the CEO of Universal Music Group, would often visit Diddy in his Miami and Los Angeles, California home. And according to Little Rod, whenever Lucian Grange came, him and Diddy would, it would always be at night, him and Diddy would disappear for hours in Diddy's bedroom. Y'all, listen. What's the odds? Honestly, what are the odds that Diddy actually, and for everybody that can't hang in here, don't worry. I'm going to make a bunch of little videos so y'all can digest this information. But oh my God, there are 73 pages in this lawsuit. Hold on. We're not going to get through all 73, but baby, we're going to get to the most important stuff. Listen, what are the odds that Diddy, and I said this a while back, was forced to do blank freak-offs with the people that were above him? And because he's so sick, he got off on making people below him do that to kind of like, I don't know, or maybe he was always into it. I don't know. But we see how Diddy's making his money. Baby, oh, shake that ass. Now shake Shake that ass for Drake. Now shake that ass for me. You got the feeling that yo, now we see how he making his money. Anyway, wow. Lucian Grange, the CEO of Universal Music Group, sponsored and attended several Love album listening parties at Diddy's home in Los Angeles, California. These parties were sponsored by Motown Records, Love Records, and Universal Music Group. As evidence above, these parties had blank workers and underage blanks present. During these parties, Lucian Grange, the CEO of Universal Music Group, knew or should have known that Diddy was blanking the attendees through the lace bottles of De Leon tequila and Ciroc vodka. He was rugging everybody. It's no secret that Diddy had specific bottles of alcohol designated for girls and other bottles designated for his staff, his artists, and himself. This fact was detailed by former artists and bodyguards of Mr. Combs. As a sponsor of these events, Lucian Grange had a duty and obligation to ensure that blank workers and blankety blank girls were not present and that Diddy was not spiking the alcohol with date blank drugs. On the YouTube channel, they cited the Art of Dialogue. I thought they was going to put Pt2. I was like, on the YouTube channel, The Art of Dialogue, former bodyguard Gene Dale, what's up, Unc, exposed Mr. Combs' blank mixing method and used to spike cranberry juice and orange juice. According to Mr. Dill, Diddy would place X and other blank, blank, blank in juices. On the YouTube channel, The Art of Dialogue, former artist Mark Curry exposed Diddy spiking bottles of Moet champagne in the VIP section of nightclubs. Diddy would have a set of Moet bottles, champagne bottles for his artists, and a set for women. The writer of this legal filing has spoken to several former employees of Diddy who witnessed Diddy's personal assistant, KK, instruct her staff to lace champagne, De Leon, Ciroc liquor bottles with E and other illicit drugs. Little Rob recalls seeing defendant Habertimallah, that's the Ethiopian girl, visiting Diddy's home in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California. According to Little Rod, whenever Ethiopia visited Diddy at his home, it would be in the evening, and she and Diddy would disappear for hours into Diddy's bedroom. Who wasn't Diddy sleeping with? According to Little Rod, Ethiopia visited Diddy at Chalice's recording studio during Diddy's writing camp. Let's see. Ethiopia sponsored and attended several Love album listening parties at Mr. Combs' home in Los Angeles. These parties were sponsored by Motown Records, Love Records, and United Music Group. As evidence, these parties had blank workers and blah, blah, blah. During these parties, she knew or should have known. Okay, as she had an obligation. According to Mr. Jones, during the 13 months he lived and traveled with Diddy, he witnessed KK openly order her assistant to keep Diddy high off of gummies and pills. KK required all employees from the butler to the chef to the housekeepers to walk around with a pouch or fancy pack filled with Coca-Cola, GHB, X, Mary Jane, gummies, 100 to 250 milligrams each, and Tucci, Tuci, it's a pink rug that is a combination of X and Coca-Cola. Coca. Okay. It's important to defendant KK to have Diddy's blank of choice immediately ready when he asks for it. KK ordered blank workers and blanks for prostitutes for Mr. Combs. Hold on. We got more. Hold on. What else do we have? 1 second. We got more. Baby, this is wild. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my God. Hold on. Let's get more. Have y'all ever heard of Tucci? I've never heard of Tucci. We got more. There's more. There's more. There's more. This just keeps getting worse and worse. Okay. KK ordered everything. She was the Deliveroo of hell. She ordered and distributed X blankety blank. But listen, let's call it ECGKM and mushrooms, okay? Just think of anything, including Tucci. I ain't never heard about that before. Diddy and a celebrity guest, she distributed to all this to celebrity guests who were present on his rented yacht and his homes in LA, New York, and Miami. On multiple occasions, KK forced Little Rod to carry Diddy's blank pouch against his will, rug pouch against his will. As the chief of staff, defended KK was instrumental in organizing and executing the RICO enterprise. KK had the following individuals execute the following tasks for the RICO enterprise. Stevie J recruits blank workers and attends and participates in freak-offs. There's a footnote 19. We have a video of Diddy, Stevie J, and Little Rod at a strip club. Diddy is recording the video while coaching and training Little Rod on how to recruit blank workers. Justin Combs, they're listing him as part of the RICO, solicits prostitutes, people that don't have 18 candles on their cake, and blank workers would engage. Oh my God, they're saying Justin Combs would engage in blank offs. I need to change this whole title of this live because, Brenda Paul works as Diddy's mule. Brendan, he acquires and distributes Diddy's blanks and bang bangs. They have recording of all this provided in court. Frankie Santella works alongside Brendan. While Brendan acquires and distributes Diddy's rugs and bang bangs, Frankie carries the money and pays for the bang bangs and rugs. Yo, wasn't Frankie, is he a thing? I could have sworn when I was on Diddy's live when his Instagram feed or the kids' feeds, I've seen Frankie before. Yo, this is crazy. Frankie, Moy Buan, he hires blank workers, attends and participates in freak offs. So every man that works for Diddy, if Little Rod's complaint can be believed, works for and participates for freak offs. They supply, they bring, and they also participate. But that makes sense because at the end of the day, hold on, my milkshake's melting. I made myself a milkshake for this, but I was too disgusted to drink it, and now it's melted. Anyway, right? That makes sense. If you're involved in a criminal thing, it's not enough that people do your bidding. They must be involved because if Diddy goes down, they all go down, right? If Diddy goes down there, let me get to these super chats. Hold on, y'all. If Diddy goes down, they all go down. And this makes sense, y'all. We are only on page 31. Listen, that's so cute. Thank you, Lindak. Lindak said, let everyone in the chat send Tisa $5. She's giving you the T. Ready, set, go. I have heard that these legal papers are being pulled down left and right. It looks like I'm the last man standing. So, ain't my fault that I'm out here getting loose. Speaking of which, Lizzo, is she a female Diddy? But all jokes aside, I appreciate whatever you guys give. But also, could you guys hit that like button? Maybe share it because I am trying to grow. I'm doing my best. I'm working hard. Y'all know I stand on business. The last live got pulled off because they didn't know I was showing you pictures of ketchup. Not blood, ketchup, okay, on the studio floor. And somebody's hating stuff reported it for like violence and stuff. Anyway, Chanel Z, thank you so much for the super ticker. Blurred Line said, I think Diddy has an obsession and he can't stop. He's sick in the head. I agree with you, Blurred Lines. This goes beyond the fetish. Conti 5 said he is definitely a jinn. They can control you. That's why that's why we believe. That's what we believe over in Islam. I got you. Crystal Cove, thank you so much for the generous gift. Crystal Cove said, Tisa, this is so vile, but girl, you're in your element right now, and I'm here for it. Thank you. Kim G said, This is so twisted and sick. I believe it. There's too much detail in this mess. And get this, before y'all be like, oh, this mofo's lying. Y'all, let's not forget. Let's not forget. Let us not forget that they are claiming that they have photo and video evidence to back this all up. Larry Love said, Larry, stop trying to get my channels drunk. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much for becoming a member of my YouTube channel. But Larry Love claims that Diddy is working for nefarious. YM Droid says, I think face is code for something else Diddy was trying to eat. Diddy is a menace. Thanks for bravely staying on his mat. This actually really scares me. I remember that there was this guy, you guys probably know, of course, I'm like this guy, Tough News on YouTube. And he did a video that some people that he thought were what might have been associated with Diddy rolled up on him, tried to get him to open his door, tried to intimidate him. And I remember being like, oh my God, like, is it that serious? Okay. A lot of stuff Tough News reported turned out to be true. I was like, oh my God, is it that serious? And I'm reading this report, and yes, it was that serious. But I do remember Tough News said that he felt in some way like, you know, first things first, I'm gonna eat your brain. Then I'm gonna start rocking gold things. Okay, fine. I'll get. I'm a monster. Sorry, guys. This is my interlude. I'll get back. I know you're like, girl, get back to work. Let me just my 5-minute break. Anyway, let me just finish saying thank you to everybody, and we're gonna get back into this because y'all, we're not even halfway through this mess. Listen, 360 Magazine, thank you for becoming a member. Also, Global Creative One, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Leslie Lester, thank you so much for the generous gift. You said, Tisha, this is for the exceptional work. You are my newscaster. Great job. Love you, girl. Thank you so much. Ice Princess, thank you so much for the super sticker. Trina Lewis, thank you so much. Is it Trina or Trina? Trina Lewis. I like that spelling, Trina. That's pretty. Thank you so much. Lecture Abby, thank you. I will say the title tells. Y'all some good looking people. And Auntie Dora, thank you so much. You know what? A link to the documents. They are in the New York court system. How can I link these documents? How do I link documents? Because I have the actual documents. I downloaded them. So I have a copy of the actual documents. I'll talk to like my YouTube peeps and figure out how to link them. Okay. Let's get back into this, right? That's what it was. Tough News. He said he felt like he was being watched. And I remember thinking, because Tough News, he's pretty like, I had no reason to doubt what he's saying. Do you know what I'm saying? And I remember he said he was being watched, and I was like, what is going on with Diddy? Is it that serious? And clearly it is. He talking about he would, according to Little Rod, he would murk his own mother to if he had to. So what's Little Rod? Yo, somebody said that to me. That would terrify me because especially when you Black. Rose Dinah, thank you so much for becoming a new member. Especially, I mean, I can only speak on being Black, but when you start like saying you would make harm to your own mother, y'all, I'd be like, literally like Homer Simpson fading into those bushes, minding my business. I'd be like, real quick. Now I might go home, lock the doors, turn on the security system, and then get on live and talk trash. But baby, I would fade out so quick, it wouldn't be any money. It wouldn't be like nothing at all. Okay, we're about to get back into it. Smoke Reloaded said, for a real one, sis, you on top of the cake. Thank you so much. And Ashley Ray TV, thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, so right now, Stevie J, I just realized, listen to the people. Stevie J, Brendan Paul, Frankie Santella, Moy Bond, and Justin Combs all participated in freak-offs. Diddy was having freak-offs with his own son. Diddy was having freak-offs with his own son, according to Little Rod. Diddy was having freak-offs with his own son, according to Little Rod. Do you, uh, uh, what? And baby, they say they have video evidence and pictures to prove all of this. All of this. You guys, ew. This is some Jen stuff. This is some Sodom and Gomorrah. This is some, ew. I'm gonna have to break this down into a bunch of separate videos because this is also content for the week. Thank you, Tyrone A. Blackburn, Esquire. Baby, we gonna be eating good on YouTube off of this. And again, I don't make light of what Little Rod went through, Cassie, anyone for that matter, that Diddy has diddied, but I'm just saying. Who's 20? There's a footnote 20. Frankie Santella is also Vice President of the Music Management and Strategic Partnerships, Vice President of Music Management and Strategic Partnerships for Combs Global. Okay, so that's where it's coming from. Hold on, y'all. Let's finish this. Diddy funded. Oh, God, what else did he do? Baby, if they bring up Black Mafia family, they said Diddy funded and also hold on. Diddy funded and used his affiliation with local gangs and gang leaders. 21, plaintiff has intentionally left the names and images of these individuals out of the pleading out of fear of retaliation. So they said that Diddy funded and used his affiliation with local gangs and gang leaders who would frequent his home in LA and Miami to secure the rugs and blanks he obtained and distributed out of his home in LA and Miami. They said Diddy was running. Oh my God. Now I see why he hired Bobby Sternum. Now I see why he hired this lady. Oh, it's not over. Oh my God. Defendants executed their RICO enterprise with threats of violence, threatening to eat Little Rod's face, displaying and distributing bang bangs in Little Rod's presence, bragging about having law enforcement under control, bragging about murking people, and bragging about bribing witnesses and jurors in the criminal case concerning the 1999 New York City nightclub shooting with Shine. Defendants executed their RICO enterprise with threats of isolation from the music industry, blackballing them from the music industry and entertainment industry, parading powerful music industry executives such as Lucian Charles Grains, that is the CEO of Universal Music Group, Ethiopia Habertamir. How do you pronounce her last name? I don't want to keep getting it wrong. At his parties filled with blank workers, minions, and illegal rugs such as ECGK, Mary Jane, and mushrooms. Defendants executed the RICO enterprise with threats of non-payment for work completed, fake promises of cash payments, $250,000. That was a fake promise. Producer of the Year Grammy Awards, and guaranteed access to future projects and a $20 million home on Star Island, Miami. They said Diddy was allowed to wreak havoc. This is line 167. Diddy was allowed to wreak havoc. Y'all, should we do this in a part 3? Y'all want to hear this now, or should we do this in a part 3? Because I got the juice. But do y'all want to keep hearing it, or do you want to do this in a part 3? Let me know. Hit 1 in the chats if you want this all now, or hit 2 if you want it in a part 3. I know they said that the documents are being pulled down all over the web. So I have the full documents. 1, if you want to keep going. 2, if you want to do a part 3. Y'all want an intermission, so to speak. I'm gonna drink my vanilla milkshake. Why? While living and traveling with Diddy, Little Rod, what y'all saying? 1? Who said 2? Are there any more 2s in the house? There's just one person. It's just like 2. Any more 2s in the house? Listen, I'll do y'all a favor though. I'm going to keep going. And for the people that need to tap out, I'm going to post a bunch of separate videos outlining each cause of action, okay? They said Diddy was allowed to wreak havoc. While living and traveling with Diddy, Little Rod discovered that Diddy has hidden cameras in every room of his home. In every room. Kimberly said, hello, first time commenter. Great work staying on this case. Once he's convicted with all the artists he scammed, will he start making music again? Listen, honestly, I honestly don't know if he'll ever make music again, or maybe he will. But the question is, will people buy it? Who would want to be associated with him? This man is out of his GD mind. Really quick. Listen, Think Pink 29 said, Tisa, I hope you have your video saved on an external hard drive. Of course I do. Do I not look like I am responsible to have everything backed up? Of course. LG Hook, you gifted a membership. Thank you so much for being so generous. Banana, thank you so much for the super sticker. Tink said you're underrated. Thank you, Tink. Kathy Good. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Dog Mom says, I believe Diddy conditioned all his kids to be with him. He's sick like that. Lyric up close said, Tisa can't stop, won't stop. Thank you, Lyric. And also Kimberly said, yeah, we already read that one. But yeah, Kimberly, that's where I think it's going. Okay, y'all. Let me keep going. Can't stop, won't stop. Let's go. Don't ever say, can y'all hit that like button though, please. It helps with growth. And yes, I ain't too proud to beg, but I do enjoy doing this and I do want to grow my platform this year. That is my New Year's resolution, to grow my platform in an organic way, as if, that's the only way I know how to grow, but y'all know it sounded good. It sounded okay. Now, Little Rod believes that Diddy has recordings of Lucian Charles's Grange, Ethiopia, as well as other celebrities, music label executives, politicians, and athletes. Upon information and belief, these individuals were recorded without their knowledge and consent, and is the case with homosexual blank tape of Stevie J that Diddy provided to Little Rod. Little Rod possesses compromising footage of every person that has attended his freak off parties and his house parties. Upon information belief, due to the treasure trove of evidence he has in his possession, Diddy believes that he is above the law and untouchable. Oh, so that gets it. Doesn't this make sense? Little Rod believes that Diddy has taped everything that's ever happened in his house. And he uses that to kind of blackmail people. And that's how he's above the law. Or maybe blackmail's too strong a word, but hold it over their head. But here's the thing. Upon information, these individuals recorded. Who has the evidence that Okay, so no, Little Rod doesn't have that. Diddy has it. Upon information belief, due to his treasure trove of evidence that he has in his possession, Diddy believes he is above the law and untouchable. Upon information and belief, Diddy employs Jose Cruz as his IT director. This writer has spoken to several former employees of Diddy who confirmed that Jose Cruz is the gatekeeper of all of Diddy's recordings. Upon information and belief, Jose intentionally hides behind the camera. And from social media and the internet, due to all the incriminating acts he is required to record for Diddy. Hold on, y'all. Oh, I did not know this. You know this Ethiopia Habtium? That's the Weeknd's cousin. You know the Weeknd? Ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. That's his cousin. She is either CEO or either the current or the former CEO of Motown Records. Again, all this happened while Diddy was settling with Cassie. This man can't be saved. So Ethiopia is the Weeknd's cousin. Thank you for that. Let's get back into this mess. Upon information and belief, Jose Cruz intentionally hides behind the camera and from social media and the internet due to all the incriminating acts he was required to record for Diddy. Oh my God. First cause of action. conduct and participation in a RICO enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity, violation of racketeering influence, and corrupt organization act codified in Chapter 18 of the USC, Section 9, 1962, subparagraph A, C through D. Okay, what's the other stuff? It's a RICO enterprise. Okay. Gotcha. Let's get through this some more. Hold on. They're just outlining. He's accusing them of committing multiple acts of mail fraud and violation of the federal statute to further this enterprise. What's a mail fraud? Defendants voluntarily and intentionally devised and participated in a scheme to defraud plaintiffs out of money in reliance on the mail. The defendants committed these acts with the intent to defraud Little Rod and artists, creatives, musicians, and producers. This is interesting. Defendants used the mail for the purpose of executing the fraudulent scheme herein. Specifically, defendants agreed to each of the acts of mail fraud described throughout this complaint. In addition, they agreed to rely on the mail to secure wire fraud, cash payments from purchasers of illegal blankety-blank firearms and rugs. Defendants required others to sell and distribute. Are they trying to say that Diddy was... Why does Diddy sound like the real life? Did y'all ever see Training Day and Denzel? Take out Denzel being a cop and put in him being Diddy, and does this not sound like what was going on Training Day? Y'all want to come at me? I'm motherfucking King Kong. Y'all coming at me? Y'all remember that scene? Y'all remember? They said Ethiopia is embarrassing. Read up on her on Lipstick Alley. They are all sickos. All right, fine. I'll read up on her. Thank you for that hint, Lula. And also, who else said that Ethiopia was The Weeknd's cousin? J990. Thank you for letting me know that. Anyway, where were we? They were creating mail fraud. They're saying they're on racketeering. Oh, they're saying that racketeering, they distributed blank workers, minions, people that didn't have 18 candles on their cake, purchasing and distribution of illegal bang bangs and rugs and other tangible goods. Oof. They would operate their business to fraudulently induce Little Rod Jones and artists, creatives, musicians, and producers to utilize their talents and labor to produce music. Let me tell y'all something. We wanted somebody to blow the roof off of what happened. Cassie crawled so Little Rod can run. Baby, this goes beyond freak offs that involves his son. This goes beyond everything. This is sick. In furtherance of and for purposes of executing the above described fraudulent and illegal course of conduct and scheme to defraud, defendants either individually or in combination with themselves used or caused to be used the U.S. mail by both placing and causing to be placed cash, letters, marketing materials, advertisements, agreements, and other matters of depositories, and by removing and causing to be removed letters and other mailable matters from depositories in violation of the mail fraud statute. Wow. This is crazy. They committed multiple acts of wire fraud. Oh, they got them dead. If Diddy does not go down with this, I don't know what is going to happen. Second cause of action, blank assault and blank harassment. Yo, they're saying Diddy did that. Third cause of action, California's bystander negligent infliction of emotional distress against Diddy and Justin Combs. That is for the alleged shooting of G in the bathroom at Chalice Studios. Fourth cause of action, blank assault against Jane Doe 1. That is Young Miami's cousin. Fifth cause of action, premises liability for the blank assault committed by Jane Doe 1, i.e. Young Miami's cousin. This is against Diddy. Y'all, now while I was on live, Y'all were texting me and telling me that Young Miami removed a lot of her old pictures. What is going on? How's Diddy going to get out of this? This is weird. 6 calls to action. Premise liability for the sexual blank. Oh, I said that wrong. For the blank assault committed by Cuba Gooding Jr. 7th calls to action. This is all against Diddy. Trafficking and Victims Protection Act against Diddy, Justin Combs, Christina Coram, that's his assistant, KK, and Combs Global. 8 calls to action. California premise liability, inadequate or negligent security. That's against Love Records, Motown Records, Universal Music Group, who is this? Chalice Recording Studio, and Sean Combs. This is the fact that they even because they have security there, they should have never let Diddy come into Chalice Studio armed. It doesn't matter if he was the big man on campus. He shouldn't have been allowed to copy. 9th cause of action. Aiding, abetting, and inducing a blank trafficking venture in violation of the Blank Victims Protection Act. 10th calls to action. NIED for negligent infliction of emotional distress for blank assault. This is against Young Miami's cousin. 11th calls to action. Negligent infliction of emotional distress for blank assault against Diddy. 12th call to action. Intentional infliction of emotional distress for blank assault against Young Miami's cousin. These are the people they're actually suing. 13th call to action. Intentional infliction of emotional distress for SA against Diddy. You guys, what? I'm being serious. What is in Diddy's mind? I would be scared to be around Diddy if I was anyone, not just for what he's capable of, but why did he let this come out? This is literally giving me, and I'm not joking, Jeff, if everything that's in here could be seen as true, and I believe it, Jeffrey Dahmer, Charles Manson vibes. He had a chance, and I remember thinking, why didn't you settle with Cassie? Why? You lost everything. And now you could have settled with this brother for $50,000, and you said no. Diddy has a wish for something to happen, I feel, and I don't even say comfortable what that is, but there is something driving him that is unhinged and reckless and something everybody should be worried about being about. And now that you know that he did all this stuff, think about, well, again, alleged, Diddy, I'm sure, maintains his innocence. Now that you know all this stuff happened, right? What happened to Kim Porter? What happened to Biggie? What happened to Tupac? I know what y'all saying. Ask Suge Knight what happened. But baby, no. What actually happened? What happened to the people that are around Diddy that always get hurt? What does Jennifer Lopez know? What does anybody know? Y'all, this is getting crazy. We're not over. Boo Boo Romero. Again, what is Diddy's out? Where does he see this going? Why would this be released? What is in this man's mind? It's scary. It's scary. Auntie Dora, thank you so much for the super chat. JC605, thank you so much for the super sticker. We're getting back into this because we're not done with the calls to action. Sasha M, thank you so much for the super sticker. Auntie Fuzzy, you said this reminds me of the Tupac shooting, and he stated Diddy set it up. Love you, Teaser, doing a great job. Thank you, Auntie Fuzzy. It reminds me too of the Tupac shooting, especially the way it seems like Mr. Muhammad and Diddy had law enforcement on rack, and the NYP, I'm sorry, the LAPD and who is it? TMZ, everyone, even the news channels were on mute. If somebody can make something like that go away, what can go away? Hey, also, Jack A 143, thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, where are we at? Wow. 13 calls of action, intentional infliction of emotional distress for blank assault against Diddy. 14th cause of action, knowing beneficiary in a blank trap, I can't even say it, blank banqueting venture in violation of the Blank Victims Protection Act. Wow. This is crazy. This is the whole pleading. 15th cause of action. We'll get back into this. Hold on. I'm going to have to research this. Wow. They said they were partaking in high risk, high reward partnerships. Sorry, guys. 15th cause of action. Obstruction of the enforcement of the trafficking. God, I'm going to get myself that. Of the Blanketing Victim Protection Act. We'll call it the Ring Around the Rosie Act. Okay. Prayer for relief. They want a declaratory judgment for actions, conduct, and practices of all defendants complained of herein that violate the laws of the state of New York. An award of damages against Diddy in the amount of the determined at trial plus prejudgment interest to compensate Little Rock for all the monetary and economic damages, including but not limited to loss of past and future income, wages, compensation, seniority, and other benefits of employment. An award of damages against Diddy in the amount to be determined at trial, plus prejudgment interest to compensate Diddy for all non-monetary and or compensatory damages, including but not limited to compensation for mental health, anguish, humiliation, embarrassment, stress, anxiety, emotional pain, and suffering and emotional distress. An award of punitive damages in the amount determined at trial, prejudgment interest on all amounts due, an award of cost to Little Rock has incurred in this action, including but not limited to expert witness fees, as well as plaintiff's reasonable attorney's fees, and cost to the fullest extent permitted by the law, such other and further relief as the court may deem just and proper. They then give a preservation notice. This was filed February 26, 2024 in Brooklyn, New York. Tyrone A. Blackburn, Esquire, at the Tyrone A. Blackburn Law Firm, PLLC. He also said he wants a demand for insurance coverage. He said defendants have demanded to provide a complete copy of their applicable insurance policies and declaration sheets demonstrating coverage within 30 days of service of this complaint. Y'all, we wanted the truth to come out on Diddy. We wanted someone. Cassie crawled because, she filed that complaint and they settled. This, again, I assume Tyrone is a brother. This guy is on the money. This guy, Tyrone A. Blackburn, if y'all got anything, y'all better reach out to him and see what can happen. This makes me think, good point, Jamie. Listen, this makes me think, is this why, and I'm being serious, is this why Diddy canceled? Is this why Diddy canceled? I'm sorry, not Diddy. Is this why Jay-Z actually canceled the Grammy brunch? Is it? Is it? Is this why? Because Diddy was making the block hot and everybody knew what was happening, but no one did a thing. And again, I'm not saying that, again, please don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to get pulled. I'm not saying that Jay-Z or any of these people knew what Diddy was into, okay? Because as much as people can see, nobody ever said that Jay-Z was in one of Diddy's freak-offs. And we know that Diddy liked to make sure that everybody was involved in some way. But it makes me think that something went around where people thought that they would be exposed, right? Where people thought that they would be exposed. And Diddy, I don't know. Diddy has too many high profile connections. He has too many this. He has too many of that. What do y'all think? Let me get to the chat really quick. Let me get to the chat. Let me finish doing the thing. Yo, thank you. Kim Ann said, thank you. T said, thank you. Speak Your Truth 2024. Oh, thank you, Kim Ann. And also 360 Magazine, thank you so much for that generous super chat. I really appreciate it. Let me get into these chats, right? What y'all doing? Hold on. Oh, now we're not going to talk about my good sis, Lori Harvey. Somebody said, remember how it leaked pictures of Lori and both father and son on different, okay, we're not going to talk about good sis, Lori. We're not going to talk about our Patriot saint. Listen, we are big fans of Lori Harvey. I don't know. I just am. Say what you want. I don't think that Lori, let me tell y'all something. I think that Diddy, you have to think about everything that Cassie said and that everybody said about Diddy. Even Little Rod, the ish and giggles didn't start early. It started once they get comfortable. Lori was not around Diddy long enough for him, I think, to corrupt her. And Lori Harvey don't seem like she that corruptible. Lori Harvey's one of the only girls that make the men, when they date her, sign an NDA. I don't think that Lori Harvey is just falling for that mess over. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not just high profile, because I'm not saying that somebody high profile couldn't be. I just think that he didn't have enough time to work on Lori Harvey, if they even dated. I just don't think. And Lori Harvey, again, I just don't see her with that little time succumbing to those type of things. I know there's a picture with Lori Harvey wearing that white nail polish, but honestly, he probably just said, yo, I like let me get your nails done, and was like, yo, do white. Do you know what I'm saying? Or he had the nails done on the yacht and was like, oh, well, you know, they only have white nail polish. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm just saying, listen. Listen, well, that's another thing. Why should I post the papers and can't get no likes? If y'all think I'm, listen, no, y'all gonna stop. Y'all gonna stop trying to have a freak off of me. Y'all trying to have a YouTube freak off. Y'all want me to post papers. You want me to do this. You want me to do that. But nobody wants to give me a like. I'm not into the YouTube freak offs. I'm just not. I will never stop defending Lori Harvey, because y'all listen, we're not going to turn this into a Lori Harvey thing, but Lori Harvey is young. She is single. Let mama live her life. Come on. Can we focus? That's what I mean. We are literally just heard that Diddy just literally is a monster. If Little Rock can be complete, why are we talking about Lori Harvey? Can we change the subject? Why is she even an issue? Think about it. Why? Why? We need to focus on the monster that's doing all this mess, right? Listen. We need to do this. I don't know. I actually think that this is the first time I actually see. And here's the thing I don't understand. Why didn't Diddy just settle? Because there's all these people involved. He's pulling down everybody around him. I guess the blind items were true. But the thing that actually confuses me is, did the other people know that you were being sued? Did the other people know that they wanted settlement? And here's the weird thing. If he can prove even an inch of what he's saying, in the Southern District of New York, baby, they love getting out big settlements. You know, there are some court districts that they're like, no, we love the rich people, and they don't really get big settlements. Southern District in New York, it's like the jury is like, make his pockets hurt. So it's very victim friendly, you know? So you didn't settle. You come out. All your business is put on Front Street. You go into a jury trial. The jury finds, based off the evidence, I'm just saying, that you're guilty, right? Based off that evidence, the jury goes after your insurance. And this just happened, so you're in the statute of limitations. The jury goes after your insurance. They go after the insurance for Universal Music Group, Ethiopia, all the people named, right? Justin, because he owns a lot of stuff in Diddy's name. He goes, I can't believe Diddy, Little Rod is suggesting that he was having freak offs with his son. Justin, all that stuff, right? So all that stuff happens. And, you know, all that stuff happens. And he's still going to get his jury award. The jury's still going to pay him money. Because if he can prove an inch of this, he's getting paid civilly. But now there's going to be complaints with the district attorney. Unless he settles down and whatchamacallit, it's just like, unless he settles down and Little Rod is like, does a Christian Keys. He don't say anything. But then 3 weeks later, you hear him being like, yes, Jesus, and you're just like, did you settle? Because Christian Keys is looking mighty happy these days. I think he got a cute little coin. So I just don't understand what Diddy's end game is, unless his end game is to let it all burn and to take as many people down with him as he can. How does that work out? I'm being dead serious. Renee Rocon, thank you so much for the super sticker. And Sarah, what's up, girl? Sarah Henlin Bowler said, Tisa, when can I wear the white fingernail polish again? I don't know. It's getting warm. We're going to have to I don't know. Listen, sisters and brothers, I don't know who's into it. We need to reclaim the white fingernail polish. Who's with me? We're going to reclaim that white fingernail polish because, baby, nothing look as good on some tan skin. But honestly, we need to listen. Exactly. The cops are now knocking on everyone's door. Insurance is going to pay these people out 100%. Why wouldn't you settle? What does Diddy have up his sleeve? It's like kamikaze, like, during World War II, like the kamikaze pilots, like, oh no, this is scary. It's weird and it is scary. It just is. What is going on? Yo, what is going on? Listen, I don't know. Let me get into these comments. Long Gone said, Diddy is sick, evil, a predator, and needs to be held accountable. He needs to be locked up and the key thrown away. Listen, if what's on this stuff written in here is even a 10th, an 8th, a 5th of what Diddy was into, he 100% does. But before we do it, you said, yes, Diddy did it. But before we do that, right? Lemon Pepper said, is he broke? I don't, but here's the thing. There's insurance to pay for this. Even if they dropped him, you can make a claim if it happened while insurance. I don't know. I think the way Jeffrey Dahmer started, I think he wants to get caught. I think he wants everyone to know. You guys have to remember that while Little Rob was doing all this, Diddy was negotiating with Cassie. And it seemed like they played around with Cassie in the negotiations. And her lawyer had to be like, all right, you want to bluff? Let's go. And that's how he lost his whole empire. And now you have the same situation as Cassie, but worse. And every time you have the chance to do something that might be like, okay, and really stupid, he keeps picking the really stupid choice, unless that is his plan. Maybe he's tired of hiding. Maybe he wants to be exposed. Maybe he wants to see it burn down. And maybe he's angry at the other people that he feels should also be exposed too. Or maybe this is arousing to him. Maybe he gets off on this. You know what I'm saying? Private 9, a natural woman said, thanks, Tisa. You're welcome, babe. Blurred Line says, I think they all got a heads up. And all them picks, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. MHI Grace said, I knew Stevie J wasn't right. Joe, these pictures, he going to Pound Town. He's a top. I'll say that much. He is a top. Long Gone said he should be stripped of all his money and paid to his victims. I agree. Other than a portion held in escrow for his children. I don't even know about that. I don't know about a portion held in escrow for his children. Somebody said they took the papers down, so he getting paid. I hope he does, saying he does not have one. Sasha M said he's a demon for real, for real. Blurred Line said he probably didn't take him serious. Turi J. Thomas said, yes, Wendy did tell us years ago about Diddy. Private 9, natural woman said he's winging it right now and he did not expect this. Ignored the signs of a closet door opening. Turi said yes. Keita said white toenails, maybe. You know what? I'm with you, Keita. White toenails, because I don't really do the white nail polish on my fingers. I like them on the toes, because when you're just in the sand and you looking up and you just like walking and you look down and you see those crispy whites against some summer darkened skin. Oh, don't nothing hit better. You just be like, mwah, 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 right? Mwah. No bars. That's all I got to say every time I see some white nail polish on my toes. Jamie Hilton said, Tisa, keep digging. I saw or read something about both Diddy and Justin, two different altercations, one in LA and some bar a few weeks ago before the studio incident. Oh, really? Let me make a note. More happened. Yo, but the question is, why didn't the LAPD get on top of this? Who said something about Clive Davis? Did Clive Davis? I know that Clive Davis was out there like swinging, fighting for his man. He was just like, get behind me, get behind me. You know, Clive Davis moving. He looked like the turtle, Franklin the turtle from Turtle. You know, Franklin, a little turtle cartoon or something from Tortoise in the Hare. Just like, get behind me, get behind me. Get. No, literally. But Clive got some ideas. He's like, no, literally, get behind me. Come on, daddy. I'm just saying. That's what the streets are saying, right? That's what the streets saying. Sarah Hinla Bowler said it's going to be a wall. Here's the thing with Diddy. I will say, Naomi Thomas said, Tisa, you're so beautiful. Thanks for always, oh, you guys are sweet. Thanks for always keeping us posted with the latest tea. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Naomi, thank you so much. Let me just say this, right? Again, if insurance is going to handle this, why did you let it go to court? It makes me think that Diddy wants everything to burn. I think that he wants everything to burn. Sarah Hanlon said, I'm taking back the white nail polish. Burl Line said, really, dang, they need to climb in his pocket. I don't believe that Diddy, I don't believe after everything Diddy's done that his children, I don't want anything bad to happen for children because they are innocent, at least the girls, you know. But I don't know how I feel about someone that's done so much evil. And at the end of the day, one of the things he wants, which is his children to be financially sound, happens. You know, it's almost like you benefited from the blood, sweat, and tears, literally, of other people. I don't know about that. Yeah, Wendy did inform us years ago. I listen. Oh, Shadow says someone told Tough News prior to this lawsuit that Cassie was forced to be with Diddy's son. Oh God, Auntie Dora. Yeah, I do feel bad for his children. Kim's children will know about this, and that's sad. I want to know what happened to Kim. Now that I know all this stuff, and even when Kim passed away, the first coroner said they found some type of toxic substances in her system, and they wanted to do a new autopsy, and he was immediately fired. And then a new guy came in and said, oh no, everything's great. It was pneumonia. And that was it. Now that we know how much pull Diddy has, what y'all think? Somebody says, I think Diddy has given up in some way to protect his image because why not settle? Again, I don't think he's given up. I think he wants this. I think this is freeing for him. And I think he feels like if he can just get past this, then he can live out loud. I don't know. T.I. posted a video of Christia and Justin dancing on tables or something, and Justin had no shirt on, and they were mostly, if not only, men at the So guys, I kicked my own self out the studio. I wouldn't be surprised. Jamal Johnson said, I wonder if his sons will have assets affected like the Justin will, because Justin's like owns a lot of Diddy stuff. House of Glam said, what's up, Jamie? Said, so you mean to tell me this is Diddy's way to come out the closet? Not just hear me out, y'all, and then I'll let y'all go. I don't think it's just a way for him to come out the closet. I believe, and this is based upon information and belief. I don't know Diddy. I'm not a psychologist. I believe there's something really evil there. I believe there's something really off. I don't know if it started from childhood or if Diddy was kind of like the industry pass around, and that's how he got Bad Boy Records, Clive Davis, Ron Burkle. If he literally was like the pass around, okay? And then he like these violent, he got a taste for violent delights and violent ends, right? I will say that I think it's more than that. I think the same way Jeffrey Dahmer, They got away with it for a while. And then one day they decided they wanted the police to catch them. One day they decided, I want the police to catch me, or at least know who I am. And they wanted to be caught. They wanted people to know it was them. I think he's moving towards some type of end. I just hope it isn't violent. But if it was me, I would be scared that someone is letting go of everything that they built their life for, letting go of their like the people's respect, letting go of their ego, letting go of their money, letting go of their career they built and the social status they built. And this stuff means everything to them. If I cared about that person, I'd be worried. I would be worried. Like, what do you have planned? Where do you see this ending? Do you think you're going to be here in a month or two? If I cared about that person, I would be worried. If I didn't care about the person, I would look at them as, and I'm again, this is just my opinion, please. I would look at them as a danger to me, because we all are tethered to this world and what we're capable of doing by the ties that bind, the ties that bind. And when you're not tethered anymore to the ties that bind, the one thing that usually tethers sane people to reality is, well, do you want to spend the rest of your life in jail? But when you start cutting, you're like, oh, well, I have my career, I have my money, I have my family, I have people that love me, people respect me, this and that. There's whatever your thing is, right? Whatever your little spider web that ties you to living in society and not doing anything crazy. And when you start to cut those ties that bind, somebody becomes untethered. And an untethered demon is one of the most dangerous things in the world. They don't know their master. They're capable of anything. Sometimes that demon screams inside and they turn it on themselves and they take themselves off this earth because they don't want to be here anymore. They have no ties that bind. It's not worth it. But other times, most times, the demons scream out and they want an ounce of blood and a pound of flesh. And they want to make everybody pay because they're finally getting their karma. And again, I'm not implying Diddy would do anything, should. I'm just saying that if I was around a demon, that I saw them cutting the ties that bind and tethering themselves, it would scare me. It would scare me. It would scare me. And I would get away from them. It would scare me. I don't know. It would just scare me. Because you truly have nothing left to lose. And you chose to lose it. Y'all, listen, y'all know my scary ass. I'll be like, Tisa, you want? No. But Tisa, no. But we gonna, I don't care. But no, thank you. Like, literally, y'all don't know me, but with my friends, I'm not a scary person. It'd be like, they scare me. Like, they scare me. I don't like people that are untethered. I don't. Again, when you're a demon, I don't even like when you're untethered. Even when somebody's like, oh, untethered can be a good thing. Not really. Right? Because when you're untethered, but from a higher power, that's when you find your calling. You find your personal journey, your personal story. You find your higher God. You literally cut yourself from the ties that bind from a very guttural level, and you find ties that bind on a higher level. You see what I'm saying? Again, I'm not implying anything. Don't put words in my mouth, but that would scare me. I don't like being around untethered people. I really don't. ACE, what's up? I just don't. Did he happen to Kim Porter? I don't know. Do y'all do? Listen, ACE said, girl, I got mad scared. What's up, ACE? How y'all doing? This is a Tattletale reunion. Renegade 91. The journey. Sorry, guys. H. Thomas says, don't scare us. Listen. Again, Lori Rendon. Thank you. Lori Rendon said, yeah, because why was he dressed as the Joker? Somebody said, if his daddies have cut him off, he's as dangerous as anything, in my opinion. Again, you know what, Lori? You hit it on the head. The Joker. That's that type of energy. The Joker is untethered. He's an untethered demon. That demon is free to devour everything, even himself. And once the demon's done devouring inside, they turn that rage outside. I'll be around. Listen, Jamal Johnson said, amen, girl, you read that situation perfectly. I just don't do it. ACE said 100%, and you always regret it when you go against your gut. Exactly. Foxy's Life said Christian King. Again, it's big facts. I'm just saying. Y'all can be around untethered people if you want. I'd be the first one to be like, I'm out. But don't bring that girl. Don't bring that. No. And the energy is flowing off, and you be looking while everybody's having drinks and laughing and be like, am I the only person that's like, yo, I'll see y'all. No. You feel the energy coming so deep off of you that you know if something happened, your guardian angels will be like, but why were you there? Because I know you walked in the room, Tisa. No, I'm not judging. We gonna save you. Don't worry. This is gonna be all right. Don't worry. We already put the call on the man above. But why were you there, Tisa? Because you felt the energy from the door. Because my question is, why didn't you run? You know, I'm just saying, your gut always tells you, your guardian angels be like, we're going to save you, but you kind of knew. We're not going to victim blame, but Tisa, really? Again. Yeah, exactly. Diddy reminds me of predators around the corner from me as a kid. They just broke in CT. Oh, exactly. What's up? T says for real. I went food shopping and came back and you still going, why'd you have me on in headphones while you were in Jersey, Rick? And what's a big store in Jersey? Acme or ShopRite. Why didn't y'all have me in your ears while you was in Acme or ShopRite? What's up, Ebony? Hey, Blurred Lines. You said you can open a Google Doc maybe and put the link in the description, but I'm sure whoever's removing the court docs will do something about it. Here's the issue with the Google Docs. I will try that, but I do know that YouTube doesn't like you putting external links in videos. I'm going to see if they actually change that rule. But I remember for a while when you put external links, because they think it's some type of like scam going on, right? Let's get back into it. Let me just read this really, girl. Let me read this really quick and then we can go. Leslie Lesser said, Tisa, this is for exceptional work. You're my newscaster. Oh, yeah, thank you. I read that, but thank you. Let me just get to the bottom of this really quick. Where are we at? Okay, here we go. Sheila Pruitt, welcome. Renegade 1991, Jamila Marie, Trident Vibes, thank you so much for another generous super sticker. And Long Gone said, thank you for always working so hard to bring us the most up-to-date news on what's going on. Y'all, thank you so much. Really quick, the real Mrs. Carter, House of Wild LA, Tarot and Spiritual Services, Adrian Michelle, Miss Jenna Nye, Foxy's Life, Farah, Kara Johnson, Trident Vibes, thank you so much. Dr. J, 1913, thank you so much for being a member for 29 months. Lindak, thank you so much. Channel Z, Channel Z, thank you so much for the super chicker. Blurred Lines, thank you, girl, for always looking out. Conti 5, thank you. Crystal Cove, thank you for that generous gift. Kim G, thank you so much. Larry Love, thank you for the super chat and for joining the Tattletales. YM Joy, thank you so much for the super chat. 360 Magazine, Global Creative, thank you so much for becoming a member. Leslie Lester, ooh, girl, you hooking me up. Thank you so much. Ice Princess, Trina Lewis, Auntie Dora, Rose Diane, Smoke Reloaded. Thank you so much. Ashley Ray TV, Think Pink 219, LG Hooked, Banana, Tink, right? Love that. Poor Tink. I love that. Kathy Vugdi, Dog Mom, Lyric Up Close. Kimberly, thank you. Boo Boo Romero, Auntie Dora, JC605, Sasha M, Auntie Fuzzy, JK143, Kim Ann, 360 Magazine, thank you so much for blessing me again. Renee Rocon, thank you so much for the super sticker. Sarah Hinland Bauer, thank you. Naomi Thomas, Sheila Pruitt, Renegade 1991, Jamila Marie, Trident Vibes, and Long Gone. Thank you so much for the generous gifts. And listen, you guys, I know this was a long live. let me get out of here, but I promise you that I am going to put this into individual videos, breaking it down into each cause of action. And maybe it is what it is. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for joining me. You know, when news breaks, I'm not done. I'll probably still be uploading tonight because I got a bunch of videos. If not, it's going to be a heavy upload day tomorrow because all the videos I filmed today, maybe I guess they won't have to go up tomorrow, but I'll try to put a few up tonight. I'll talk to y'all later. All right. Anybody I'm missing? All right, guys. Bye.